Everyone thinks liquidity pools are free money. The math says otherwise. Yield farming became the fever dream of 2020. Deposit 2 tokens into a pool, sit back, collect fees. It sounds like passive income. It sounds like you found the loophole. But between 2021 and 2023, thousands of retail participants lost significant capital. Not to hacks, not to fraud, to something simpler and far more brutal. The mathematics of how these pools actually work. A liquidity pool is a smart contract that holds two assets in equal value: Ethereum and USC, Bitcoin and stablecoins. When traders swap one for the other, they pay a fee. Liquidity providers, the people who deposit the tokens, split those fees. This part is real. The fees flow. But the fees aren't the only force acting on your deposit. Here's where the trap opens. The pool uses an algorithm called the constant product formula. It maintains a ratio. If you deposit equal value, say $10,000 in ETH and $10,000 in stablecoins, the pool holds them in balance. But when traders execute swaps, they move that ratio. The pool rebalances automatically. And rebalancing means your holdings shift. You no longer own what you deposited. This is impermanent loss. It's the cost of providing liquidity when volatility strikes. If ETH doubles in price while you're in the pool, the algorithm forces you to hold more stablecoins and fewer ETH than you started with. You're mechanically short the asset that's winning. You sold the rally. The fees might partially offset this drag, but not always. Not in volatile markets. The math is relentless. A 50% move in either direction can generate losses that dwarf your fee earnings for months. This isn't theoretical. Farmers who entered pools during stable periods and exited after sharp price moves saw their impermanent loss crystallize into real losses. The yield rates advertised, 300%, 500% a pie, were real. But they were also bait. They attracted capital precisely when volatility was about to spike. The real mechanism isn't yield farming, it's price discovery. Liquidity pools are mechanisms that force capital to absorb volatility. Liquidity providers are the counterparty. They're selling volatility without knowing it. When prices move sharply, they lose. When prices stay flat, they win. The pool doesn't care about your intentions. It executes the math. Understanding this doesn't mean pools are worthless. Market makers and institutions use them deliberately. They understand the volatility cost and price it accordingly. But retail farmers often didn't. They saw APY and deposited. They didn't model the risk. And the incentive structures, promoted by protocols seeking liquidity, didn't force them to. The system rewarded ignorance until it didn't. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe for the next investigation into the mechanics that broke fortunes and shaped crypto's reckoning. Subscribe for the next investigation into the mechanics that broke fortunes and shaped crypto's reckoning. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.